Good morning, guys. Today we are officially at 40 weeks. That is so crazy to say because I still can't believe I'm pregnant, let alone I'm like about to give birth in literally any day now. I guess what I feel is a bittersweet feeling. Like every single morning I wake up and I think to myself, oh, last night was not the night. We did not go into labor. We are still pregnant. Baby girl is still baking inside. I guess you can say I do feel a little scared being someone who is such an anxious person, such a type A personality. It's just the fact that I don't know what birth is going to be like. Like, I haven't done it before. I don't know when it is. And I actually saw someone say on TikTok that it's kind of like, you know, you need to run a marathon, but you don't know when it is, how long you need to run for, and where you're going. And I guess that's a pretty good description of how I'm feeling. Like, I feel unprepared for the birth, although I have prepared as much as I can already. For the last 3 or 4 weeks, my midwife has told me that she's head down, her spine is in a good position for birth, she's just not ready yet. And I don't want to get medically induced. So I guess in the next couple of days, I'm going to do as much as I can to start labor naturally. I'm not worried or anything that she's late. Like, my midwife has told me that 85% of babies come plus or minus 5 days from our due date. So she still has a lot of time. But I do know that next time I have my midwife appointment, which is this Thursday, I will be 40 weeks plus 4. My midwife will start discussing like options with me, and she did say I can opt for a membrane sweep. I think if I was to be idealistic, I would prefer if she came on or before the 41st week. I know the window that she can come is like until the 42nd week, but that is literally the 23rd of December. And I would be worried about the fact that it is getting really close to Christmas and, you know, the hospital will go down to skeleton staff. I think that's my only worry about that. And of course, the fact that her birthday will be very close to Christmas every single year for the rest of her life. But, you know, that's a small thing. But at the same time, I also know, like, she will come when she comes, and as much as I can, you know, curb walk and like eat pineapples or whatever, like there's only so much that will influence her. At the end of the day, like, she is the one who decides when she's ready to come out. But I guess I just want to capture, you know, these last couple of days before she does come. I generally have the most energy between breakfast and lunch, so I'm going to take advantage of that and do like a labor inducing yoga session. I saw someone recommend it on TikTok and I did it yesterday. Obviously I didn't go into labor. Whilst I was doing it, I did feel some like contractions or Braxton Hicks. So I guess it is something. It's better than nothing. You've probably got a great big baby. So what we're doing here, we are other way and just moving now, but it right foot out to the side of the road. I just woke up and almost 12:30. I feel like the last trimester has like changed me because I was never the type of person who sleeps until so late, but in the last couple of weeks, I think since I've been on mat leave 3 weeks ago, I have been sleeping till so late. Like, my body is so tired every single day. Well, another night that I didn't go into labor, but that's okay. Baby girl will come when she's ready. But I do feel like a little different. Like, I feel heavier and all my joints hurt so badly. Like, even rolling over in bed just hurts. And I think it's like all the joints in my body just like loosening, getting ready for labor, or at least I hope that's the case, because like it feels like freaking arthritis. And like, yeah. Thing I'm gonna look forward to the most about not being pregnant anymore is hopefully this like carpal tunnel that I've been having over the last few weeks will go away. Like every single morning, like my hands hurt so much, and like I like look how swollen they are. Like they're like little sausage fingers. They're so painful that I can't do this without it being like extremely painful. But that's okay. Like I'm trying to take an approach where I don't complain too much about, you know, how my body has changed or like things like that, because I know all of this is temporary anyway and it is worth it in the end. I'm not saying that you're not allowed to complain about how your body changes, because all of that is completely valid. I'm the type of person who, if I get stuck in a negative mindset, you know, it's hard for me to see through onto the other side. But it doesn't mean that I'm not looking forward to using my hands again. Like I randomly decided just to deep clean the kitchen. Like I cleaned the stove, what's that fan thing called, like above the cooking area, like, and then I was so exhausted I couldn't get off the couch for 30 minutes, so that was fun. It really is one of those days I'm not gonna get out of my pajamas. I'm so tired. Ever since we were 18, my husband has a tradition where he sends me peonies every single November. This is my 13th year receiving these flowers from him, and I guess this year is just extra special. Good morning. We are officially 40 weeks and 3 days. Today I do feel a little bit more energetic than yesterday, so that is a positive. And a huge thing to report is that yesterday I lost my mucus plug. Like I texted my midwife and she confirmed for me, yeah, that should be my mucus plug. So that means like things are progressing. Although I have been telling myself that this entire time that I just need to trust the process and just wait, and baby girl will come when she comes. It's also really hard to, I guess, like maintain that positive mindset, and you think that your due date, it's like homework, right? Like your due date is the last day. Like when an assignment is due, it is the last day you have to hand it in. So it feels almost as if like your baby will come on or before your due date. There is a part of me that is a bit worried or anxious about it, especially as like, you know, a type A personality. Like I'm like literally the type of person who would hand in an assignment early. So I do feel relieved to know that we are progressing, things are happening, but also letting go and realizing that, you know, it will happen when it happens. But I have to be honest, like I am starting to feel like a little bored. Like my routine especially in the last week, has really just been sleeping in until I'm ready to get up, having lunch, doing some exercise, napping, maybe reading, go for a walk, having dinner and going to sleep again. So like all I'm really doing is resting, which is fantastic, but I'm also getting kind of bored. I always wanted to get into scrapbooking, but I always thought like, oh, you know, what am I going to scrapbook about? Like I do keep journals and I do like do junk journaling. I've never actually been like a full scrapbooker. That's something I always told myself. It's like, oh, when I become a mum, I will be a scrapbooker. And so now is my time. And over Black Friday, I bought some stuff to start scrapbooking. And let me tell you, when I get into a hobby, like I'm not a dabbler. I am a full immersive, buy everything in one go kind of hobbyist. I thought it would be really nice to have like a prompted journal that you fill out. Like this one is really cute. It has pages about like my parents, my grandparents, my family, and every month there are prompts around like, you know, the weight, your height, how am I feeding, how am I sleeping, sections for photos. But I also bought a blank scrapbook and I thought this would be really nice just to like have like additional photos, outings, like things that don't necessarily fit in the prompted baby book. And I bought these 2 sets of inkless baby print kits. At first I bought this one off Amazon, but I didn't realize there's only like 4 cards in here. And I was like, well, that's not enough to keep track of like, you know, for her first 12 months. So then I went out and bought this one, which is 12 months of you inkless baby milestone cards. And this one is, I guess, a bit more like special because it has like hello world, 1 month old, 2 month old, etc. So now that I have the both of them, I'm thinking today that I might try using this but with Charlie, our dog. I think it would be really sweet to have a copy of Charlie's like paw and nose print, and I might even include it in the scrapbook, and we'll have like a page dedicated to Charlie, who is like, of course, our first baby and, you know, this baby's first sibling. Place the ink pad, the ink side down, the ink side is good. Do you think this looks good? Okay, excuse the fact that I look like a drowned rat, but I just had my everything shower. But I feel like tonight might be the night, either tonight or tomorrow, because I have been losing more of my mucus plug all day. So usually Will goes out on Wednesday night, but tonight he's gonna stay home, so that we're gonna have kind of like our last date night together potentially. But I suggested to him that maybe we can write a letter each to our daughter, just like, oh my god, something that we want to say to her the night before she's born. What do you think? Like, do you think tonight will be the night? I think I'm in labor. This morning at 6 o'clock I started getting cramps, and I've been getting them on and off. Not in any particular pattern, but they definitely feel like contractions and not Braxton Hicks. It's funny because a couple of days ago I was always Googling like what difference between a Braxton Hicks and a contraction, and you can definitely tell the difference between the two once you know you have a contraction. And it's like 11 now, so I've been sleeping on and off through the cramps. Like, I'm trying to get as much rest as I can. I might have something to eat now. I still have my midwife appointment at 2 o'clock, so I think I'm still gonna go to that, just so that we can, you know, have a conversation, check in, check that Bob is okay. Will is really excited because his prediction was that she was going to come today, which is the 12th of December, which is a nice birthday to have. Last night I did have a cry because I guess I was feeling really scared. Like at the end of the day, I still need to do something that I've never done before, aka give birth. But now that it's actually happening, I'm like, oh my god, like we're finally gonna meet her. This is like, I'm very excited as well, but my water hasn't broke. An update. So we just came back from the hospital, and when we went to our midwife appointment, I showed them like photos I've taken of the bloody show that I had, and she was actually worried that I was bleeding because it looked like blood clots. So we ended up doing like an hour of monitoring of the baby, and then like a cervical check of whether or not I am bleeding. In the end, they concluded that I wasn't bleeding. It really was just my mucus plug. And they did say something interesting. It's that apparently certain ethnicities, apparently Asian women bleed more in their bloody show, but still they would rather be more safe than sorry. That's why they wanted me to go and get monitored and checked rather than just like dismissing it because of a generalization. So I am glad about that, but we did end up spending maybe like 2.5, 3 hours at the hospital. It's getting pretty late now. It's almost 7. I am getting contractions, but they're still not regular. They're around 45 seconds. I'm getting around like 5 or 6 per hour, which means that I'm still like quite early in labor. So I don't think she's gonna come tonight. I'm really cognizant of the fact that I haven't had any lunch. Like I don't really feel hungry today, but I also know that I need as much energy and rest as I can, like today and tomorrow, and all for just like whenever labor starts. So I might like make some chicken skewers and then just watch Harry Potter for the rest of the night and see how we go.
This is as good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife.